In 2006, one of the greatest performers in the WWE, Eddie Guerrero, tragically passed away in a hotel room. That incident caused like a wave of interest in Eddie Guerrero as a brand. So I was sent along the Eddie Guerrero book on a ebook format. So I thought, I'll give it a go. I'll have a read. I was a wrestling fan. I wasn't really a massive fan of Guerrero at the time. I was a bit more of a mark at the time, if I'm being honest. But I wasn't really into technical wrestling, should I say. I was more interested in the glamour. The book is called Cheating Death, Stealing Life, released by WWE, and it's ghost written by Michael Krugman. I think it was released in about 2006. So, wait a minute. That can't be right, because he died in 2005, I think. Was it 2005? Yeah, I think he died in 2005, and it says it here. The book was released in 2006, and I'm sure it was released before he died. Anyway, I'm sure the book was released before he died, and I was sent along it, and I'll give it a read, and it was a really good book, and like, reading it from a perspective of like, that he died, it was really eye-opening to see like, the stuff that he'd gone through to get himself like into wrestling. Well, actually, that wasn't that much because obviously his father was, but back into wrestling when he had his drug problems and he crashed his car. I can't remember what car he had. It reminded me of the scene in The Sopranos when Tony Soprano and Carmella are driving along in the SUV and the SUV crashes and rolls over. That's what reminded me of this the story of Eddie Guerrero, where he was in a car crash and he was really messed up. He was taking a lot of drugs, a lot of pain pills, drinking like booze all the time and stuff like that. And then he finally decided to sort his life out. He found God. He was a born again Christian, and then he sorted himself out. It's a really good book. It's a really good cautionary tale, should I say. He tells about how he had to turn his life around. And I don't think he talks about steroids in the book, although it's a WWE book, so I don't think he would have, would he? But obviously a contributing factor to his death, his years of steroid abuse. But he was also really good work, and now looking back in a retrospect, I am a fan of him now. Like when I get a chance to watch his matches, I do jump at it, and I do choose to watch his matches over, say, Rey Mysterio's matches, because I think Eddie's a better worker than myself. Although a younger Rey Mysterio and a younger Eddie Guerrero, a bit closer. But anyway, this book, high points. He's really open about his drug stories and how he had to change his life around, and how I think Vicky was going to leave him at one point, and then he said that come on, I will get my life back in order. And she said, okay, I'll come back and we'll stay together or something like that. Just a fantastic book to read in retrospect, but again, it's a WWE book, so you don't really get a lot of stuff, and it doesn't go all the way up to the time of his death. So obviously you miss out on the last year or so of his life, and also how people felt afterwards. So you'd want that in a sort of an all-around book for Eddie Guerrero, where you could get the full package. You get most of it here, but you don't get the ending of the book. You don't get the ending of the life. So do you know what I mean? You sort of miss out a little bit. For me, out of 10, I'd give it about a 6.5, maybe 7, because it is a really good book, especially for a WWF book. He's quite open about the drugs and how he had to get his life back on track. But again, it's more of a cautionary tale than a let's do a lot of drugs sort of thing. But yeah.